Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is NCK2310. For the returning subscribers, thank you so much and welcome back. For those that are new, welcome as well. What I do here, I do scrutinize and analyze songs. And I do dwell with political songs, with gospel songs, and also with Mugi, the all-party songs. But at the moment, we are dwelling a lot with the politics because where I am from Kenya, is going so much. So we have to dwell in with politics of our country, of our motherland. Yes, I would like to read something before I continue. Just a second. I'm just gonna. Yes. So, listen. Kenyans have lost trust and hope with the Kenyan President Ruto and his government, and also with the Kenyan police. Kenyans have lost trust and hope. The moment civilians do not trust and have no more hopes with the police and the government of the day, it's time for that government to resign and step down just for the sake of saving that nation or that country. Losing trust and having no more hopes with the government lead to anarchy. Kenyans have lost hope with the Kenyan government, with Ruto's government, with the Kenyan police. It's very sad for Kenyans. I don't know how many of you watched today what went on. The body of the late Albert Ojwang was flown to his village, Marego village in Hamabi, in Kenya. And you could see the pain Kenyans are in. It can never be the same business as usual that the Kenyan police or the government kills its people. And after that, they think the only thing they can do is to buy expensive coffins, transport bodies in expensive cars. Kenyans don't care about those things. When you take a life of any one of the Kenyans, you can never bring the life back by putting that body in an expensive coffin or by transporting that body in a plane and using expensive cars for show off, or even building for the parents' houses the time you've killed their children. For Kenyans today, they count it at zero. It's worth nothing. It's a very, very sad day again for Kenya. When you see the youths today burning that Mawego police station, it's because when that young man, Albert Ojwang, was picked up by the DCI, they brought him first to that Mawego police station. And you could see today at the home of this young man, the people who are there that escorting the body were the police. The same killers are the same people to escort the body they've killed. Kenyans are fed up. Kenyans have no more hopes, no more. They don't trust at all the Kenyan police and Ruto and his government because they are the ones killing our Kenyan, innocent Kenyan people. I don't know how many of you do remember that, like maybe 7 years ago or something like that, Kenya Police Service, it was said to be the third lowest, the worst in the world. That was 7 years ago. It was the worst. Number 3, maybe right now it's number 1, the worst in the world. I'm not talking about Africa. I see you learning. Thank you for coming. It was the worst. Third, today in 2025, I won't be in doubt that Kenyan police service is the worst in the world. From lowest, they are number 1. It's been bad for a long time because those who've been leading Kenya, they were all corrupt. Corruption have been going on for so long time. I don't know how many of you do remember these agro-leasing between 2000, 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5, around there, agro-leasing. They stole so much money. Money that was meant to create forensic laboratory so that investigation can go well when somebody, all these things. The government of Kenya, they've been stealing from Kenyans since so many years. That's why the institution, police institution, it's the worst in the world. So there is never a proper recruitment process. There isn't in Kenyan police service. I think they only check around. Oh, can you do push-ups? Can you do sit-ups? Can you run? Oh, you qualify. Come on, join. That's it. They even don't check these important things like the instinct and temperaments. You have to check the mental health of those people who are being told they're police officers. Because there are so many men and women in uniform, but they are not okay here. They are not all right. Mentally, they are not all right. And that's why their temperaments need to be checked. There are so many people, you can never give them a weapon because they are not all right here. To give somebody a weapon, you have to check the mental status of that person. Because if you can see a police officer who is having a weapon and is very sensitive to small things, like when they are young youths call you names, you just shoot them. That means you cannot have a weapon on you. You are dangerous. You are not all right. Mentally, you are not okay. These are things that should have been looked for so long time ago in Kenya about the Kenya police service. But what happens to the government officials that are there, that were also there? They've been stealing everything. With this agro-leasing, there was so much money which was meant to make sure that they change the Kenyan police service. They stole all the money. All the money went in their pockets. That's why even our Kenyan police today, they live such a poor life. Kenyan police have always, I do remember when I was a young girl, I'm now in my 50s. When I was a young girl, I do remember I used to have some relatives who are police, and we used to visit them from my village. We used to go to them, places like Roiro, to see them. Oh my God, the kind of life they were living, very bad. Even we in the villages, we had better lives than them. Bad homes, they had bad life. And that's why most of these police, if you hear the Kenyan police, they are mentally not all right. That's why if they have a gun, they can shoot anything. I do remember a few years ago, I was flying from Germany to Kenya, to Mombasa directly. And I was so shocked to see a police officer just use his gun to shoot a bird in the air. I was like, what? And he was training. If he can get that bird flying, he just used his gun and pulled the trigger on a flying bird. And he with his friend, they were laughing. They take weapons, guns, like it's a play toy, like it's toys. That's why things we have Kenyans, we are in danger. The kind of police we have in Kenya, they all need to be vetted. And that's why I'm here to say it's better Ruto resigns. We start from ground zero as a nation. If it's police officers, they all have to be vetted one by one. We know very well also, we don't have so many police in Kenya. We don't. I think maybe every 4 years you take like 10,000 police or something like that every 4 years. That's not so much because the government can't maybe afford to pay them. And also we know that the salaries they get is so bad. Those who are supposed to, they're supposed to protect our Kenyan people. But how? Those of you who saw today at the when the body for Albert Ojwang was brought to his village in Hamabe, you could see thousands and thousands and thousands of people, which I'm very proud of the Luo people. You are waking up, the Luo community, you are waking up. I'm so happy to see that you can do this by yourselves without having Raila there to detect you, to tell you what to do. You've started to realize that Raila has been playing with your minds. I'm so happy that the Luo community, you're waking up. You see that Raila is in that government and your people are also being killed. So it doesn't mean that because Raila is with Ruto in the government and he's being given whatever he wants, that you as a Luo, that you are safe. You are not. It's an example with Albert Ojwang. So I'm very proud of the Luo community today, what you did. So proud what you did today of the Luo community and all our other Kenyans who joined in together. It was a way that later on the police, they could do nothing. They were helpless. The only thing you could see is taking water with cups and with buckets, trying to remove the fire from their station. Because even the fire extinguisher cannot reach to them, maybe. Or maybe they even don't have in that station fire extinguisher to stop fire. Maybe they even don't have that. That's what I'm saying. Kenyan government, it has to go. Ruto has to go. There is nothing to discuss there. If you see Ruto in London, before, I don't know, in Spain, just telling fairy tales and lies and lies and lies. Actions speak louder than words. Ruto knows only how to talk. With the action, there is nothing to show. Because if he is telling the truth, or what he's standing up and saying, oh, we are doing, just fairy tales, you know. Those of you who tried to listen, most of us even left because it was too many lies. President Ruto stand up, you know, there's something called pathological liar. There are some people who believe in their own lies, and Ruto is one of them. There are people, and that's a disease. That's a disease. When somebody, the moment someone opens the mouth and it's just lies and lies and lies, that's a pathological liar, and it is a disease. Those who've been listening to Ruto lately, you can hear he's just telling fairy tales and lies. And he believes in his own lies. He is not the kind of person who would think, oh my God, you know what? If I want to change Kenya, I have to make sure that the Kenyan police, those that are supposed to protect our Kenyan people, we should check the processes, the capacity, the legitimacy of all these so-called police officers. The police commission, everything, Kenya has to start from ground zero. Because I don't think that there is enough human resources for the Kenyan police. I don't think there is good welfare. I don't think there is good equipment for them. For Kenyan police, it seems like most of them, they are rogue police, because most of them, they have pending cases, they have warrant of arrest, and they still make it to be police. How? It means you don't vet properly, because there is no way somebody can be having pending cases. People who have maybe been causing accidents, people maybe who've been gotten drunk and driving carefully, for example, carelessly, for example, they have pending cases and they still make it to be police. Their cases are thrown. There is not proper vetting. And that's why we have just crook on the way. That's why you find Kenya police standing on the road, they're asking for bribes. Hey, you have drunk. Okay, give me a little bit money, then you can drive on. Bribing everywhere. They take bribes. And that's why I always say, we, the Kenyan people, we also have to shape up. If a Kenyan police is asking for bribe, do not give any bribe. Nowadays, we have telephones, record that kind of police officer. Because imagine that kind of police officer maybe allow somebody to drive drunk. That person will cause accident, kill a lot of innocent people, for example. I always say, as a Kenyan, we have to say no to bribe. If you go to any office and anybody in those offices is asking for a bribe, do not give. Because it is your right. For example, when you go to a certain office, you want an ID, you want a passport, you want, driving license, which you already passed your exam. Make sure that you follow the right process. Make sure that the people you meet in the offices, you tell them, hey, it is my right. I have to get this and this and that. But do not bribe anybody. Because the more you bribe, that's the more you encourage corruption. Because all these police officers who are criminals, and they are the ones with uniform, our Kenyan people are not safe. The lives of our Kenyan people is in danger, all of us. And it should be that from today on, we Kenyans, let us be people who have dignities, that after the Kenya police or the government have killed our people, when they come there with money and whatever, say no thank you. Let us be people who have pride. Because no life can buy money. If they kill your children and the only thing they think they can do, oh, now we can give you money and you're quiet, say no. And that's what I liked, for example, today, with what the people did today with the late Alberto Juang. They stopped. They said the police are not gonna follow. They carried the casket of Alberto Juang themselves. Those of you who are following the news, they carried it by themselves. That is the right way. That is the way to go, because it cannot be that the politicians, the corrupt government, the police, the corrupt police, that they are killing our people, and after that they're the ones coming pretending, oh, now we're gonna give you the best funerals, we're gonna give you the best services, oh, we're gonna carry you with the expensive cars. We should say no as Kenyans. Our parents also were poor, and so what? We still grew up. They cannot be killing our people, and then after they're coming and bribing us with the money they've stolen from us. As the taxpayers, they come, they give us that money they've stolen from us after they've killed us. They've killed our children. They've killed our parents. They've killed our friends. We have to say no to this as Kenyans. How many more Kenyans shall die in the hands of corrupt police, of corrupt government? How many more? And that's why we are saying, we as Kenyans, corruption has been going way too long. And now that is Ruto the president, he has to step down, because, hey, nobody should say that we are against Ruto. We voted for him. You Kalejins, you should not say, oh, the Kikuyus, oh, they are tribal. No, we are not tribal because we voted for Ruto because we believed that he had changed. We believed what Rigiji told us. We believed what 2013 Uhuru told us to give Ruto a chance. That he is a changed man. So the Kalejins, you are also suffering like we, the other communities, are suffering. So you should remove that out of your head. That they don't like Ruto because he's Kalejin. That should be out of your head. The votes, the number of votes Ruto got from the mountain, you Kalejins could not even give him. You know, it's always good when you argue with fact. You cannot argue with hearsays. Because even after we knew what Ruto had done 2007, 2008, we still thought, hey, as humans, let us give him another chance. Maybe he's a changed man. That's why most of us agreed to listen to Rigiji. Because Rigiji said he's changed. He's good now. What's the name? Uhuru told us in 2013, let Ruto be my partner, the DP. He's a changed man. We believed it as well. Because the mountain, they are forgiving people. They like to give people another chance, just like in the Bible says. But now with Ruto, he's lost that chance now. He's killed way too many people. We cannot allow this to continue. Ruto is busy constructing houses there and there, giving to the rich people, instead of us fixing the police service of Kenya. That should be the first priority. We hear Ruto saying, oh, they are independent. They are not independent. They are not. Absolutely, they are not independent. Because the DPP, the DCI, the IG, they all take instructions from you, Ruto. The executive is the one ruling around, telling the DPP what to do, telling the DCI what to do, telling the IG what to do. So it is Kenyan Police Service. It is not independent. So stop lying to Kenyans. Because it cannot be, absolutely cannot be, that, for example, the son of, what was his name? Muturi, Justin Muturi. I remember when his son was, Leslie, when he was abducted. I remember how Justin Muturi told the story of how he ran. He tried. First he went to what's the name? The DPP, Haji. And Haji first said he don't have him. Then he went to President Ruto. He said, hey, my son have been abducted outside a discotheque or something like that. And what Ruto did, he called Nordin Haji. And even Muturi, because he was not standing far away, he could hear him saying, okay, I'll release him. The son was released. So it was DPP who was holding the son. And with the instructions for Ruto, he released him. So nobody can ever tell. Ruto should stop lying to Kenyans that the DPP, the DCI, the IG, that they are independent. They are not independent. They are taking instruction from the executive, and it's you, Ruto, and your government. When you hear that the Kenyans saying we are done, when you hear the Kenyans saying 7th of the 7th is coming, Saba Saba is coming, it's so many things that have piled up. Kenyans have been too patient. They've been waiting way too long. I used to wonder myself, how they could, all these things are happening. That one is killed, Mosado is killed with fingers cut, and they like to frame, they like to come with stories. With Mosando, they laid him nearby a lady and pretended, oh, he was cheating with a lady. That's why both of them are laid there. So that in the eyes of Kenyans, you can be fooled that it was a relationship conflict. It was somebody jealous somewhere killing them because it's framing stories. Stories like what this, the DCI is telling Kenyans. Oh, we don't have that one. Oh, it's not in our custody. Stories, 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 which are lies. How many more lies shall Kenyans listen to? Kenyans are fed up. Those of you that saw what happened today, when the body for Josephat Ojwang was brought to the village, you can tell Kenyans have made a decision. They are on their own. They want to start again from ground zero. If you see them going and burning a police station, you all saw it. Why? Because they don't feel safe anymore. Why should there be a building called police station? Why should even those police men and women have job? Because their job is to kill us. Why should they have a job and get paid with taxpayers' money while they are killing us? Why? And then you hear them pointing fingers. Oh, those are, hey, they are burning, they are burning. You are making those things happen. Today was just an example how Kenyans are fed up. Today is an example to show that even the Luo community are fed up with Raila Odinga. A man who've used them for years and years and years. A man who've made them just, their work is just going on the street, throwing stones, and after going back home, not having anything to eat. And when Raila get the contracts for big money, he forgets about you. He'll come back again in 5 years, tell you go to the street and throw stones. I thank God that Luo community are waking up now. That Luo community have realized that Raila has been using you. I've been here for years and years telling you that Raila has been using you. He only stand up to speak maybe nowadays because of, he can talk a little bit because of shame. But because he's pocketed so much, he don't care. He's put his people to have certain positions in Ruto's government. So he cannot talk. Because for him, it's all about selfishness, egoisticness, greediness. How I pray that we Kenyans have to come together. We have to say no to this government. We have to start from ground zero as Kenyans. Let me see a little bit what, let me see a little bit. I can see you, just a second. Yes, I can see you, let me see here. Yes, learning. Abuse of conscience, yes. Priscilla, they check if police have all 32 teeth. I don't know for that. It's so sad. You know, it's so sad to check what they check. For example, in Germany, for example, I can talk about Germany and Sweden because I've lived many years. In Germany, 15 years. In Sweden, 16, going almost 17 years. And when you come to recruitment, for example, I was together with military and police guys, so I know. It takes a lot when it comes to recruitment to be a German police or even Swedish police. They just don't check, sit-ups and stand up and running and stuff like this. They also check your health here, mentally. How is it? Kenyans, they don't do that because there is not even the capacity. There is no money for do that. Agro-leasing, that time they stole billions and billions of money, which was supposed to build all these institutions. So when you see Kenyan police, it's just about uniform and shoes and a gun. Then you are a police. It is so sad. And that's why there are so many crook police where it's so scary for Kenyans. Because you don't know that man you see with uniform, if he's all right here, they can shoot anyhowly. They don't care. Yes, I can see that you're saying, let me see. They check if police have that. All offices closed. Tutaweza. UK ka na wenyu. All offices closed. Tutaweza. UK ka na wenyu. There is Suriji saying, logical. Mungu yuko pamoja na Wakenya. Ukiangalia vya hao watu wajitokeza ni kama mchwa. Yes, there were so many people that went out. Yes. You right there, fly. Anyone finish reading the conversation? Lie. Priscilla, the truth. Do you remember how? Okay, you're chatting there together. You know, it is heartbreaking. Yes, I see what Priscilla is saying. The truth. Do you remember how many were rejected for police posts? Well, look, when it comes to the police, I think they even just nowadays, I heard about it, that they check of the tribe. Can you check? Oh, you are a Kikuyu. Who is the president? You can be in the police. Oh, you are a Kalenjin. Ruto is the president. You can be. If you're other tribes, you cannot be. It's crazy. Tribal, that should not be the qualification. You should look about the tribes. Which tribe is what for somebody to qualify to be a police officer? That should be none of your business to check about the tribe of the person. But Kenya is corrupt. The government of Kenya is so corrupt. If you see someone like IG Kanja, who is a Kikuyu, for example, but behind him, the deputy is this killer, murderer called Langat. Because for Ruto, he think it's fine when he has his people, they are behind. They can speak the same language. They don't take about the health mentor, because someone like Langat should not have any post close to police service. Because if it's somebody who is so, he sees a young man writing something, even if he wrote or he didn't write, let's say he wrote, and then he says, oh, go capture him, beat him almost to death, and bring him to hospital. That's somebody who is sick mentally. Langat is mentally ill. Someone like Kanja, he's standing there listening to lies of Langat. He's also not fit. Both of them are not fit. Both Kanja and Langat, they are not fit to hold those posts. Because we say in Kikuyu, there's no difference between the one who steals and the one who is stealing. Both of them are thieves. So if Kanja knew the story all about, oh, there is something reported, what Alberto Juan did. Come on, Kanja, you are not also innocent. You are guilty, same like Langat. There is no sacred cow among you. When you go to this Amin, you remember very well those who are following the case of ICC. He was there at ICC, supporting Ruto and Uhuru. This Amin. Look at Kindiki. He was there as well, supporting them. And that's why I am saying all these people, the Kenyan government officials, all of them should be vetted. It seems like we are ruled by mentally ill people. So Kenyans, your lives is in danger. All of you. What about Ruto? Someone who can give orders in 2007, 2008, go and burn that church where there is full of kids. Go and throw people out of their homes. Beat them with stones when they are on the roads. That's someone who is not fit here. Just because you disagree with somebody else. Just because you want to get this and this position, you give orders to kill. Look at Murkomen. All this. Listen, my Kenyan people, you are ruled by mental sick people. You are. I don't know who among them is all right here. I don't think anybody is all right here mentally. I don't think so. Let me see. The book, Imagine the Lie. Yes. Pathological liar. Ruto have that. Amin have that. All of them, they're used to lying. For them, it's like a hobby to lie. They think, oh, we can lie, tell Kenyans fairy tales, we move on with our lives. They continue stealing because their main points why they have those positions is to steal. Steal pesa ya umma. And if you're trying to come in between, they eliminate you. You're gone. It is so sad, my Kenyan people. Very, very sad. What are we going to do as Kenyans? 7th of the 7th is coming. Saba Saba. Usually it's a day. Since many, many years, when people come out, they can bring all their anger. They can tell what they're not happy about. Usually, the government should even fund that maandamano for Saba Saba, usually. But as we know, they don't want the world to know that Kenyans are not satisfied, that Kenyans are unhappy. They try to hide it. They try to block, to put off the internet so that no news are going out. But we thank God nowadays that even if they shut up everything, we have other ways to get information anyway. Because they cannot shut everybody down. Kenyans, our country is at risk because the officials have destroyed our motherland. The officials that are there, starting with Ruto and his government and the Kenyan police, they have no respect for Kenyans. It's high time for Kenyans to take back what belongs to us. It's the time for Kenyans to take back our country from these criminals. It's time for Kenyans to say enough is enough. It's time for Kenyans not to allow any more police to kill our people. It's time for Kenyans to show that Kenya belongs to all of us and not just for a few people. Because the elite, they think Kenya belongs to them. They think Kenya is their properties. That's why they steal with no shame. They lie with no shame. You and me, we are Kenyans. It's our country. Our parents, our grandparents, our foreparents, they all fought so hard to get the country back from the British. We cannot let the criminals take our country down. It's high time we chase them all out. We start from ground zero. Our Kenyan youths will make it. We have so many of these old Kenyan politicians who've been there for years and years, and they've never changed anything. Their work is just to steal. It's high time we give our Kenyan youths the chance. They can lead. Burkina Faso is led by young men. Why not Kenyans? Who said Kenyans have to have old people like me? People like me who are 50 years. People who are already looking, oh my God, how many more years to retire? Those are people old, even much older than me, 70, 80 years. They are fighting around instead of letting our Kenyan youths to take over the country, to lead our motherland. But for them, because they are so greedy, they became used to stealing. That's why they can never leave those posts. They want after them, they can continue to leave it for their children and their children, because it's a system. They continue stealing from us. It's high time. We have to respect our Kenyan youths. We Kenyans, the older people like me, we have to say, you know what? We had all the years of our lives to do what we had to do. We did not do it. So let us give the chance for our generation, for our youths. They went to school. They are well educated. They know what they're doing. We should not treat them always like their children. They are mature here. They have their knowledge. They have the education. For the welfare of our motherland, for the welfare of keeping our country. Ruto must resign. Ruto must go. Our Kenyan youth knows already that the Kenyan police service, things are not all right there. So they are the ones who can make it work again. My Kenyan people, as I'm here again, I'm saying, let us continue to pray for our country. Let me see what Lenin is saying. Let me see, he has again gone to the colonialists. Yes, we watched him when he was in London, what he was selling there. This is just to show, because he want to try to be Mr. Nice Guy, pretending how good leader he is. And it was crazy, because even the question the people in London that were asking him, they were irrelevant questions. They should have gone direct to the point, but because everything is planned and written, there are those questions he was not supposed to be asked. Because the first question could be, why are you killing our Kenyan people? That should be the first question to Ruto. Not all these other crazy questions. Who cares about them? Because when one life is lost for Kenya, it's one life way too much. Priscilla saying, bona hawa viongozi hunyanyasa wenzao na hakuna mtu ataishi zaidi ya miaka 100 years. Hii inakuanga ushetani, si normal. Exactly, Priscilla. It's not normal. But for them, because they became used to that. Killing for them is like cutting a piece of meat. They have no feelings. They don't care. You saw that young man, the mask vendor, the one that was shot. You saw how that was. And then there's somebody who was before the police officer come and saying, oh, that young man abused him. That's why he was shot. Come on. Are you kidding me? That's what I'm saying. Kenyan police, most of them, they are mentally not well. They should be vetted. Because there is no way someone can be so sensitive just because you're abused by a young man, something there, that you just shoot the person. We know the power of having a gun. Those of you or those of us that own weapons, we know what it means. You cannot just pull a trigger on somebody just like that because the person have just abused you. You cannot. Anyway, my people, Kenyan people, let's continue praying for our country. Let's hold hands together as Kenyans. Ruto must go. There is no backing down. And we are waiting for 7th of the 7th. I thank you all so much. I'll be back again tomorrow, same time, which is 10 o'clock Kenyan time, and Swedish or German time is 9 p.m. And please remember, over here, I will put soon the playlist. So if you touch on that playlist, you'll see everything there. Also, if you check NCK 2310, if you like political songs, scrutinizing and analyzing, you'll find them there. You'll find Mugithi songs, you'll find gospel songs, whatever you like, you'll find them there. Almighty is true, law and the testimony of Jesus. Amen. Exactly. So let's catch up again tomorrow. Continue to pray for our country. We need our country. We need to chase away the criminals. Let me see. Traore is a good example that young persons are able to. Exactly. I just said that, Traore, he's a very good leader. So Kenyans can also be led by the youths. We don't need these old people. People like me, we should be taking care of maybe our grandkids or something like that. We catch up tomorrow. Thank you. Stay blessed. And please, if you haven't touched the subscribe button, please do that to support me. I'll appreciate. You can like, comment, and share as well. And we keep on this journey. Thank you. Stay blessed and bye-bye.